Hello, hello. Hello, am I loud and clear and audible?
Yes.
That's great. So, thank you to you, Martin of Multinet. Respected patrons, customers, and colleagues at Multinet, Assalamu alaikum, and I welcome you all to Multinet's first ever focus group event on information security. At Multinet, we really acknowledge the fact. Can you just adjust the volume over here? Yes, this is giving feedback. Hello.
You can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Your voice was getting back. Sorry. So,
You because yeah.
So at Multinet, we really value the relationship which we have forged with all of you for over 20 years. And we really humbly acknowledge the fact that while being amongst top major ICT solution providers in the country, where on a lighter note, most of our counterparts, they usually take pride in referring to their association with their backing, with the Russians, with the Chinese, and with Middle Eastern consortiums. We at Multinet take pride that we are backed by the local industry, that we are a product of the local industry here, and we are being backed by all of you. And it is because of all of you that in another 2,000 customers of Multinet across Pakistan, that we have been able to become a significant player in infrastructure and communication services and solutions industry. Moving forward, as our CEO has also just mentioned, that we will be bringing up a new generation of products for you, from cloud computing to managed services, information security, information technology enabling services, to IoT, to initial footsteps in artificial intelligence and data science. And we really look forward for the same hand-holding, for the same support and same patronage from all of you in years to come. And we promise you, this is our commitment and promise, that as we have been delivering on our relationships, as we have been delivering on our commitments to the industry in last 20 years, we will never disappoint you with the upcoming bouquet of products. So on cloud and information security, I would like to highlight briefly on the role of how local service providers can fit in with the product offerings and product readiness for the local businesses across Pakistan. So if we look at the Pakistani cloud market, while we keep on looking at negative indicators with respect to Pakistan all around, this is very heartwarming to see that on the cloud landscape, we are seeing an exceptional and exponential growth in the next 5 years, which is going to be anywhere around 20% to 25%, making it a market of approximately $2 billion in 2029. At the moment, currently, the recent forecast, most updated forecast, is that Pakistani cloud computing market is approximately $700 million. Most of this cloud scene is being contributed by infrastructure, platform, and software as a service, and the trend seems to continue. An interesting fact to see here is that before 2021, before COVID, the growth was marginal. And suddenly, after 2021, for the reasons which we will discuss in the upcoming slides, we have seen and we are foreseeing an exceptional growth on the cloud front across Pakistani market. So, the driver for the demand side of the cloud computing landscape in Pakistan is the digital economy, which is sized at approximately $20 billion at the moment, and is expected to grow into a $30 billion market in next 7 to 10 years. Now what is happening is that while this demand is being created within the country, the cloud context is being served offshore up to the scale of 90 to 95%. So most of the services with respect to cloud computing subscriptions are being served by the global vendors. The reasons for the particular reasons for that we will discuss in the upcoming slides, and I'll show you that. According to Asia Pacific Cloud Readiness Index of 2022, Pakistan was ranked around 3.5 on the cloud readiness, even falling below Bangladesh, Philippines, Indonesia. In fact, we were the lowest performing in the Asia Pacific region. The reason was, number one, there were no significant cloud service providers in the country, or similarly, while the market was also in the adoption phase, people didn't know about that there are any significant cloud service providers available in Pakistan who can offer mature products and overall service experience. Other than that, so that was an organic opportunity where global service providers were taking the advantage. Freelancers, software developers, software companies, IT companies, banks at that time, with their own exceptions, they were looking onto on-prem virtualization. But as far as large-scale enterprises are concerned, SMEs are concerned, they were all either in early adoption phase or they were just deciding on cloud adoption models and strategies. So the key reasons in 2022 and even before that was the late adoption in the industry. There was inadequate cloud native data center infrastructure. Public policy or government focus was absent. Data security and trust deficit whenever it came to cloud computing. In a general context, the definition of it, whenever we used to go and meet the customers had this one question, that what will happen with the data. Cloud products were basic, and the overall cost of ownership, total cost of ownership was on the higher side because of the absence of value-added services. Now come today, we foresee that if Asia Pacific Cloud Readiness Index, which is not out yet for 2024, if it comes out, Pakistan's position will be much improved to a ranking of 4.5 plus. The reasons are, the gap is being filled. We have seen paced up adoption where enterprises, SMEs, financial sector, government sector, public organizations, even education sector, they are adopting cloud strategies, they are speaking aggressively on cloud adoption models, and they are adopting cloud services. Amongst the top 4 technology service providers, including Multinet, we have now our own cloud native data centers with cloud clusters installed. These cloud clusters are onshore cloud clusters, so we are better positioned to tell our customers that there is a standardized security framework, and customers' data, the security context and security concerns with respect to data breach will be addressed accordingly. Cloud first policy draft was introduced in 2021. On the policy level and strategy level, SIFC, MOIT, Pakistan Software Export Board, they are backing cloud service providers and taking initiatives to foster the growth into this particular area. On the regulatory and compliance side, Securities and Exchange Commission of Pakistan and State Bank of Pakistan are backing cloud service providers, and they are supporting us in a way that organizations, be it a steady transition, but they should start looking towards adopting local cloud services offered by the local cloud service providers. Then the product scale has been augmented. Initially, as I said, that by 2020 and 2021, most of the cloud service providers in the country, they were offering basic infrastructure as a service modules. At the moment, the transition has grown to a level where across the 3 categories of cloud models, IaaS, PaaS, and SaaS, we have mature products. And then total cost of ownership is low. For an example, if you go to AWS and subscribe for basic storage as a service, it might look cheaper in comparison to the services being offered by local cloud service providers. But when you go for a bundle offer, where local cloud service providers are also offering embedded security, local cloud service providers are also offering backup recovery, and then there is support in localized language. The overall SLAs are there, so overall total cost of ownership compared with the value is higher than the services being provided by global service providers. At the same time, most of you are CIOs and decision makers and in your domain, and your subject matter experts. You would know that there is a transition happening where you see, we call it the great IT budget swap, and most of the CIOs are now more focused towards spending more money on innovation than maintaining the mainstream infrastructure. The reason why this is happening is that most of the businesses are becoming process driven. There is huge volume of process automation, and the businesses are continuously more and more relying on data. Markets are becoming highly competitive, where services are being commoditized. So the businesses are becoming more user driven. And there is a constant need to integrate data science, artificial intelligence, and IoT. So organizations are now deciding that while they are on a chase for dollar being spent for innovation, whether to go for on-prem cloud adoption or as a cloud adoption strategy, they need to opt for onshore cloud services by the local cloud service providers. The global trends clearly tell us that it is going to be, when it comes to cloud services, globally it is going to be cloud services being offered by the cloud service providers, because when organizations are inclined towards bringing in innovation on the IT and IS scale, they need that room and comfort where innovation, agility, and growth can be retained, and the subject matter experts can handle rest of the things. Other benefits which are then can be scaled by the local cloud service providers is zero capital expenditure. You don't have to think about or worry about spending and developing and implementing a whole infrastructure, mainstream infrastructure for cloud implementation. Then there is the OpEx is also demand driven. All of you know that they are pay-as-you-grow models, and cloud pricing is designed over shared economy and shared resources. Security framework are being standardized, and then again, when it comes to deployment, maintenance, adoption of processes and resources, that particular requirement for the end user is eliminated. Obviously, since it is, as I've stated, that most of the cloud solutions, even being offered by local cloud service providers, are already being scaled on the procurement end. The services are scalable and future-proof. And then value-added services in Pakistani environment is becoming a norm to be bundled with the basic product and the augmented product. So such as I have already stated, that support systems, dedicated account management, technical account management, SLAs, support in local languages, they just come in with even with the basic of the service which local cloud service providers are bringing in for the businesses. So talking about the opportunity, the number we had already seen, approximately $2 billion market in 2029. How local cloud service providers can be a greater fit to take advantage or to hack that particular growth. Greatest of the barriers for the global service providers will remain Pakistan's environmental position, which is quite unique. Probably, according to the current forecast, maybe in next 10 years we will be tangling up with the same issues of political instability and economic instability. So what happens is that when global vendors they talk about or think about getting into the Pakistani brown land, we call it. They see that there is constantly high and increasing production and utility cost. Okay ji, hum to nahi kar sakte because bottom lines will be shrink and top lines ka bhi issue aa jata hai because of the country risk profile, exchange rate risk profile. They're not purpose driven, they're business driven. If they want to get into Pakistan or any associated market, they will first clearly see the next 5-year forecast or 10-year forecast. And then on the infrastructure side, coming from the developed markets, their view is more focused on, or they're tuned to be in a space where the infrastructure is ideally designed. Or the data centers, maybe edge data centers, edge computing is ideally designed, is on the same level where SLAs are being offered at the same, at par with the European standards or American standards. So that is why I always say that in our 20 years experience of providing communication services, connectivity services, and data center and associated value-added services, we have always seen that when we come to your offices, to your tables, and as I have promised that we will be bringing on a next generation of products. So when we come to you, or maybe any other service provider comes to you with that bouquet of products and services, do evaluate us on a standard which is a like-for-like basis when international or global vendors are considering to enter into Pakistan. जिन circumstances के अंदर हम services provide करते हैं, वो तो global vendors भी acknowledge करें कि यार आप ही करें, हम नहीं कर सकते. So and then again, Pakistani service providers are more purpose driven. We are always looking into an opportunity where Pakistan can be uplifted and where there are ways and models to support the local business community in every way possible. We are already doing it and we are ready to serve on low margins. That is because of the purpose. We have organic, हमारी जितनी भी services बनी है, वो चाहे connectivity हो, हमें मुस्लिम कमर्शियल बैंक ने, हमें हबीब बैंक ने, फैसल बैंक ने बोला कि जाके लाड़काना में ब्रांच डिप्लॉय कर दो, तो हम अपनी फाइबर वहां पे ले गए. ठीक है, हमें एजिलिटी लॉजिस्टिक्स ने कहा कि मेरा ये वेयर हाउस है और यहाँ पे जाके आप हमारी फाइबर पहुंचा दें और सर्विसेज डिप्लॉय कर दें. तो हमने अपना नेटवर्क भी, कनेक्टिविटी नेटवर्क भी ऑर्गेनिकली ग्रो किया. एंड विद द बिल्ट अप एंड स्केलेबिलिटी ऑन द कम्युनिकेशन नेटवर्क, we in 2015, as Adnan Sahab said, we started establishing our data centers. With data centers came along cloud computing. तो हमारे लिए ये जो growth है ये organic है, and it is very well knitted and very well fitted with the needs of with the unique needs of the businesses in Pakistan, which often comes with lots and lots of customization and resulting into tailor-made services and solutions. And that is why we see that local cloud service providers are going to be well versed with local dynamics and needs of organizations. So, MyCloud is Multinet's cloud brand, and in last 5 years, we have forged it to become Pakistan's premium enterprise-ready cloud. At the moment, we are serving over 500 enterprises and ICT companies for different cloud services. So, brands like MyCloud, which are 100% Pakistani cloud service providers, we can see that how they can be a fit for the local businesses. I'm sorry, this is just hanging up. Few of the key strategic advantages are that local cloud service providers, when they are offering services across the IaaS, PaaS and SaaS platforms, these services are onshore. That means the services are being augmented and offered in Pakistan. Cloud clusters across the data centers are preferably being driven, delivered and implemented over the native cloud data centers. For example, in case of Multinet, we are operating our own data centers in 3 major cities of Pakistan, and our cloud clusters are hosted in our own data centers. Obviously, because the services are more and more localized, we are offering better experience. Data is being procured in Pakistan. The security framework is standardized. We are making sure to fulfill the compliance by PTA, by Software Export Board, by SECP and State Bank of Pakistan. So that is why we are PCI DSS certified, we are ISO certified, and we were rated in the top category in both of the PTA's annual cybersecurity audit with respect to cloud and data center. Then you have a flexibility to pay in Pak rupees, exchange rate parity का इस वक्त issue है सबको, nobody wants कि डॉलर पाकिस्तान से बाहर जाए. So local cloud service provider को ये advantage है कि आप पाक रुपी में भी पे कर सकते हैं. 24/7 support ये हम लोगों ने embed कर ली हुई है अपने पास, इसको याद कर लिया हुआ है, because customer delight is the first and foremost thing which is very important to us. And then these services are being offered as a bundle with value-added solutions such as security, such as SLAs, backup recovery, customer support, technical account managers, key account managers. The total cost of ownership for hosting services with all the value-added services in comparison with the global service providers is far lower. Solutions are customized, and then again, in case of Multinet, these services and solutions are backed by carrier-grade infrastructure, connectivity infrastructure, which is very important. अभी हम देखते हैं पाकिस्तान में CMV3, CMV4 डाउन हो गए, इंटरनेट नहीं है, तो हमारे पास ऑल्टरनेट सोल्यूशन है कि 4 या 5 बड़े शहरों के अंदर क्लाउड सर्विसेज डेटा सेंटर्स में होस्ट हो रही हैं. हम अपने नेटवर्क के ऊपर कस्टमर को 100% अप टाइम प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. एंड इनफैक्ट दैट इज व्हाट वी हैव बीन डूइंग. Our uptime for data center and cloud clusters for last 5 years is 100%. And then, as I mentioned earlier in my introduction, that all of this is also coming up with the 20 years of experience which we have had with you in terms of relationship and in terms of understanding the product. A little bit of light I will throw on MyMS. MyMS is our brand, Multinet's brand for information security and IT enabling services. अब इंफॉर्मेशन सिक्योरिटी का जो लैंडस्केप है पाकिस्तान का, उसमें कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा हमें हाईलाइट करने की ज़रूरत नहीं. इट इज़ क्वाइट एविडेंट, इट्स इन द न्यूज़, और दैट इज़ वाई मैंने यहाँ पे भी कुछ की फिगर्स जो हैं वो विच माइट इंटरेस्ट यू, वो मैंने यहाँ पे हाईलाइट की कि हमारा पाकिस्तान का जो साइबर बैटलफील्ड है उसमें चल क्या रहा है. अभी 2023 में मोर देन 70% ऑफ द साइबर अटैक्स वर टारगेटेड ऑन एंटरप्राइजेस, फाइनेंशियल सेक्टर एंड IT कंपनीज. और उसमें भी अगर हम देखें तो ओवरऑल थ्रेट्स वर इंक्रीज्ड बाय 17%, बैंकिंग मैलवेयर रोज बाय 59%, ट्रोजन अटैक्स इंक्रीज्ड बाय 35%. Q1 of 2024, as reported by Kaspersky, spyware attacks have increased by 300%. हमारी जो global cybersecurity index rating है by ITU, it is 79th out of 182 countries, and it is no less than cloud computing. वहाँ पे भी हमारा index जो है वो lowest था, और यहाँ पे भी we are performing lower than India, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Malaysia, and even Ethiopia and Sri Lanka. So there is a lot which can be done and achieved in this particular area, and how organizations like Multinet with their upcoming bouquet of services can help you, starting from security awareness programs, security trainings, security consultations, VAPT, endpoint security, managed EDR and MDR services, firewall as a service, SIEM and SOC as a service. Most of these services are also being offered as a bundle with cloud computing services as well. So this is how we are trying to bring in the next level of the product generation for our customers. Idea यही है कि alhamdulillah 2000 business houses हैं across Pakistan जिनको we have been serving communication, infrastructure and associated services since last 20 years. So जैसे मैंने start में कहा कि now we are developing a next generation of products कि वो तार तो हम आपके पास ले आए, वो रिलेशनशिप तो ले आए, एक्सपर्टीज भी है, नॉलेज बेस भी है, और क्लाउड, इंफॉर्मेशन सिक्योरिटी, IT इनेबलिंग सर्विसेज एंड रेस्ट ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट्स, ये हम आहिस्ता आहिस्ता आपके पास इंट्रोड्यूस करवाएंगे. मोर ऑन दीज प्रोडक्ट्स in both areas, which is cloud computing and information security, will be later discussed by our product head, where we will go into the detail of each of the product buffet. So thank you so much. This is all from my side. I think thank you is going to switch a little later. Thank you.